a senior in high school. It was March 30th, 1981. I was studying in American history when a teacher came in and said the President of the United States had been shot. I remember thinking how ironic it was that here I was sitting in American history when American history was being made. Ronald Reagan had a vision of a better world for himself and for the United States. He was a man of simple beginnings who became a Hollywood actor and who rose to the highest power in the United States. Ronald Reagan was born February 6, 1911 in Tampico, Illinois, to Edward and Nell Reagan. And according to biography.com, the family lived in an apartment with no running water or indoor plumbing. The family moved around Illinois until settling into Dixon, Illinois. In 1932, Ronald graduated from Eureka College. He then moved to Iowa and took a job at a radio station as a sportscaster. While in California covering the Chicago Cubs spring training in 1937, he auditioned for a movie part as a sportscaster, and in this, his movie career was born. He starred in over 50 films in 30 years' time. History.com said also, during World War II, 1939 to 1945, Reagan was disqualified from combat duty due to poor eyesight and spent his time in the Army making training films. He married actress Jane Wyman, and they had 3 children, 2 girls and 1 adopted boy. The couple divorced in 1949, and in 1952 he married Nancy Davis. Ronald and Nancy settled in California and raised their 2 children, Patty and Ronnie. In 1966, Ronald ran for governor of California and was elected. He was governor of California when Bloody Thursday occurred and was put on the defense for his actions on that day, May 16, 1969. During this time, he made 2 unsuccessful bids for the presidency in 1968 and 1976. In 1980, Reagan won the election by an electoral margin of 489 to 49 and captured almost 51% of the popular vote. At age 69, he was the oldest president elected into the U.S. presidency. According to History.com, he made history again in 1981 when he appointed the first woman, Sandra Day O'Connor, to the United States Supreme Court. President Reagan, during his presidency, believed in increasing military spending and development of space-based weaponry was important to the survival of the United States, and in 1983, the Strategic Defense Initiative to defend against a Soviet attack was created. Reagan sought to achieve peace through strength. It is written by Boshless and City in the 2009 White House Historical Association website, The Presidents of the United States biography. Ronald and Nancy returned to California after his departure from the White House, and on June 5th, 2004, Ronald passed away at the age of 93. To this date, he has 4 first-time achievements as a President of the United States. He was the oldest president elected, and he was the first to have been divorced, and the first to appoint a woman to the Supreme Court, and the first to carry the largest electoral votes ever to win. I applaud President Reagan's patriotism and ideas of peace through strength, and he was a man ahead of his time because he believed that with modern technology it would be hard for democracy to spread and that one day the whole world would be free.